And I just don't understand how they can't do their jobs. They're so the fact that they have jobs when they're this damn dumb. And it's dangerous and I hate it. And it's so irritating. And none of like the don't need this. The players don't need and fucking stupid.
Sinner shifty work into the box and across, it's in. Oh, it's Lou! It's a dream return.
Welcome to Casual FC, an Angel City preview pod. I'm your host, Mario Salazar, with my Capri Sun drinking, needs to buy a crate of it. No, it's a pallet of Capri Sun.
A pallet.
First of all, you need a garage to put that pallet in.
I have a garage. There's just stuff in the garage. I don't have room for a pallet. I could make room. So if somebody wants to donate a pallet of Capri Suns that you can buy from Walmart to me, I won't be upset. I saw something that was like the expiration date. What about that? And people are like, bet.
You won't get there.
Bet. I survived.
My gosh.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I just realized that I didn't even get to it.
Just Capri Suns are so important right now. I've been bugging Eva and just saying, I just want to eat grapes and drink a Capri Sun. And she'd stop.
Oh, man. This might be one of those episodes again.
The more shenanigans an episode is, the more fun it is.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm tearing
as long
down.
as they don't get another wow Mario, then
My favorite.
This is our match preview for our match next Saturday, September 14th against Racing Louisville. We will be traveling to Lynn Family Stadium in Louisville, Kentucky. It'll be a 4:30 p.m. here, local time, start on ionTV, also on iHeart Radio. Listen to Isaac and Tracy. And ACFC has their own official watch party, which is going to be at the Gelegetsa. Is that how you say it? Gelegetsa? Okay.
Yeah, Gelegetsa.
And ACFC has their own official watch party. It's going to be a family-friendly one at Gelegetsa, LA. It's on Olympic Boulevard.
Mid-city, central LA.
So that's the official...
Over there. I've driven by it a lot lately.
That's the official Angel City one. Of course, there's probably going to be some supporters having their own watch parties. And when they post them up, we'll repost them and we'll share for everybody to see what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to shout out the fact that Mario and I are unintentionally matching today with our Becky Tweet experience, like the Becky Sparkles Tour shirt. And very pumped for that. We logged on and it was like, oh my God, we match. So I wanted to just call that out for the folks who are listening on not video. What is that called? Audio only. Wow.
Yeah.
For the people who are not watching with their eyes, but with their ears, we match.
I just put the kids down and then I was walking out to the living room and I was like, oh, cool. I'm actually wearing our own merch today. I was like, all right, I'll keep it on. I'm not going to change.
Yeah. Yeah, I wore this to work today. Ooh. So there's a whole bunch of things that have happened since the last game, along with a tidal wave of fury, I think, from Angel City as a whole. Fans, team, coaches, anything branded Angel City. Just anyway, I want to make a very big thank you and shout out to both Ethan and Zach for running into me, finding me. I don't know if it was on purpose or by accident. I don't care. But just thank you for coming to say hi to Eva and I and Alyssa and Doug and their family, because we were all hanging out a little bit after the game, and introducing me to your sister and your wife and your mom and your mother-in-law and everybody who was there. I'm very proud of myself in the sense that I did not cry while in BMO. I waited till I got to the car. And then I legit cried for 15 minutes because I'm going to cry again. This community means the world to me. And that's it. And then we've got other like good, also bad news in that everybody's favorite Angel City beat reporter, Cameron Nia, is no longer going to be on the Angel City beat because he's going to back to school in Chicago. Cameron, I'm going to tag you in a tweet to know that we gave you a little shout out, but thank you for doing such a fantastic job following this team, reporting on this team, giving all of us extra insight in post games and pressers and training days, all that good stuff. You are fantastic at what you do. I can't wait to see what comes next. Yeah, good luck with school. And if you want to commiserate on going back to school, please let me know. I'm always down because, oh, what an adventure that is. I'll be wiping away tears the entirety of this episode because the next thing is Alex Morgan's retired.
Yeah, like officially, like it's official.
Officially, it's over. And that's just, I hate it. I hate it. I mean, I love it because I'm happy for her. And if that means it's time, it's time. But damn, like, I have so many thoughts about this. But I did post up at the, like, before kickoff, like, will I cry? Yes, or obviously, or like, obviously, or no, she's going to hold her shit together. Yeah. I did not and hold my shit together.
Everybody that voted.
15 people responded. Yeah. 15 people responded. 15 people were right. So thank you for knowing me and seeing me and knowing that, yeah, I was going to weep ugly ass tears the majority of the game when she was taken out at the 13th minute and the crowd started chanting Alex Morgan. North Carolina joined in. I was done. Just sitting on my couch. My mom looked at me. She said, okay, it's 100 effing degrees. It's so hot. Everything sucks. It's just one of those. And then Alex Morgan is walking off the pitch for the very last time. No. But what a game that was. And emotionally, you could tell that San Diego was wrecked. Kaylin Sheridan got a red card. That made me cry. I was like, why did you do that? But it makes sense. Eva and I were joking around that it's not truly Alex Morgan's last game unless she's called offside at least once. And she didn't play long enough for her to be called offside. I think it's very fitting and very funny that in her last international game, Pino skied that PK. And then and Queen of PKs, second Queen of PKs, Alex Morgan, comes in. Casey Murphy says, nope, just blocks that PK. For real? And you saw the look of Casey because they've played together on the national team. And you just saw that for effing real. Ball games, you actually
I've always wondered that when it felt fitting. I've always wondered that when players retired, like when Jeter took an entire season as a farewell and when he got an ovation at every stadium. But like when you're saying farewell, you're doing the goodbye rounds and stuff. You don't want to give them the easy out. You don't want to loft them. You don't want to underhand toss.
Right. You don't serve up meatballs for a hitter to hit. You don't half-ass it. Yeah. You know, go back to baseball. Aaron Judge last season going for a record, getting walked every at bat. Come on. Don't do that. Are you a good pitcher or are you not? That kind of thing where it's like you show up and put your best foot forward because yes, they're great of the game. But so are you. Or like, why aren't you playing at the same level? Yeah, but it was a hell of a match. There's so much to say. We're going to do another retirement retrospective because Alex Morgan, Kelly O'Hara, Sinead Fairley, and I don't know, whoever else is going to, at the end of the season, we'll be talking about because it's important. It's so important to honor these players while they're playing, but also give them the proper send-off. Yesy, we got you for some footy therapy in a couple weeks.
And we got to figure out where it fits. But
absolutely.
Will be the retrospective of the greats part 2.
And who knows? Maybe we might bring in last season's special guest. I say special guest like it's not in like total air quotes. It's just Eva. Like I say it's just my fiance, whatever. But she even was like, are you gonna do a retirement episode? And I was like, yes, you can be on it. She was like, yeah.
But now that we're on video, she's gonna have to be like on another computer.
I know. Either that or just pop in and we just smush in together. We're just half a face. But we have big Angel City news.
Yep. Our first.
Because free agency reopened on September 1st, which has led to some shenanigans because the new CBA took effect the same day. So there's trades, there's signings, there's I don't want to be at this team anymore. Screw you guys. There's so much happening. Oddly, not really with Angel City, which is annoying, but
yeah,
the big one, I would say close to one of the bigger news items that we all really wanted is June re-signed. We've got her till 2027. So she's got plenty of time to recover, plenty of time to get back in her body, get back on the pitch, find the love of the game again, and then just come hurt some feelings. And I'm excited for that.
Asking me every single game, is June playing today?
Oh.
And I'm like, no. I keep telling her she has a knee injury. She's not ready to play yet.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know if she really understands the concept of like contracts and whatnot. So yeah,
she's 6.
I'm not gonna sit there and explain to her the CBA. But
so what happened was like,
but the fact that she's here for another 3 years, really 2 years,
the foreseeable future,
really another 2 years. It's another 2 seasons. It's gonna be awesome. I hope she really keeps the pink hair and makes herself like super identifiable on the pitch. It'll be exciting. And finally, some damn news from Angel City. Said there was shenanigans happening around the league and Angel City being super quiet.
Crickets.
I still haven't read the article with Angela Heakley's yet. I do know that she talks.
So the gist. Yeah, the gist is that the second signing they alluded to fell through. Boo. But that doesn't mean that nothing's going to happen, because if somebody's a free agent, if somebody wants to leave the team they're on, if there's a million different caveats and possibilities that could happen, you never know. But I think they're kind of locking in with the team they have, which is, I think, okay. We'll get into it. But we posted when the news about June was released, we posted like 1 to 10. How much of a 15 are you on that 1 to 10 scale? Are you a 15 resigning?
Which I'm going to say right now, there was a whole conversation about rating scales on the Cooligans way back when. And then now that I think about it, I was going to bring this up to you because I actually think it's a really good way to rate something, right? It's
like a 1 to 10?
It's a like -3 to 3. Like,
ooh, because zero's neutral.
Zero's neutral. You're like, instead of a 5.
Or like 5 to 5.
Yeah, or like a 5 to, like 5 to 5, whatever. But it's like you're either negatively, like no, that's not a thing. Or you're like, yep, this is +1, +2 type thing.
I like that.
But I also don't know if anybody would have got it if I said from a -3 to 3, what are you?
That's fair. We'll throw something up next week after this drops to
with the new rating system.
Do -3 to 3 to see who actually listened. Yeah. See who our real fans are. Like, but Aaron said 74 with an exclamation point. Vero said 82.75. Zach said, I'm not 10 out of 10. I'm 15 out of 10. Bring on the endo. Yeah. Alicia said 35 with an exclamation mark. Jeff said 25. She just adds another dimension to our attack, which is not wrong. Speaking of some folks who decided to add another dimension to our attack, who's the Chaos Award going to, Mario?
Jeez. Okay. Our Chaos Award, as we've been doing all season long, has... Again, just to restate it one more time, the Chaos Award is given to the team, player, fan base, or weather that creates the most shenanigans throughout the league.
This is my version of sipping tea.
The Alex Morgan.
Little Alex Morgan moment.
But all of these things happened in ours. The fan base. It was beautiful. Okay, so I didn't get to go to the game. I flew in from Colorado that day. I literally almost missed my flight.
And You flew in from nice weather into the pit of hell that was Los Angeles.
I stepped out of the plane on Burbank, and like from the Burbank airport, you can get out on the stairs. Yeah, so I got out from the back.
Yeah.
And it's just that wall of the furnace I was just like, shit. Okay.
It's like when you open the oven door.
So 1, weather. 2, I watched the game on TV and beautiful fan base just saying, ref, you suck, beautifully on audio, on the broadcast. It was amazing. But neither team or player really here. It's the goddamn fucking refs. God, this guy. Is
Trevor?
That his name?
Yeah, and then one of the other refs' name was Brad. So we had Trevor and Brad. And I only know one good Trevor. I know no good Brads. I like 3 Brads. I need to verify this. I don't even know if we should maybe cut this out. I don't know. But I saw somewhere that Trevor was a scab during the MLS.
I read that too.
And I was like, excuse me? So we're crossing picket lines and you're shit at your job? Righteous. Super cool to get super.
The neon highlighters on the field were complete shit this game. Like to a new level of just bad. I wouldn't trust them reffing. Maddie's going to have her first soccer game this weekend. And I wouldn't trust them reffing.
What?
That.
I didn't know this. Oh, I'm so happy for her. Oh, yay.
But they were the Chaos Award. Because they created all the freaking chaos that was going on. And there was this amazing quote, and everybody started talking about, wouldn't be surprised if Sarah Gordon got fined by the league for this, because during the presser afterwards, the Twitter account Expected Own Goals put out a quote that she said during the presser. Every ref all season, good or bad, has been very open to talking to the players, especially the captains. Right.
As they should.
Yeah.
That's their job.
This ref was not open to talking. He didn't give us the respect that we deserved. Our team did a great job of not letting the VAR calls affect us.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That game was not lost in large part by us. This one was... No. I know there's games where we're going to say the refs lost us this game. This one is like the textbook, the refs lost us this game.
Yeah. There were a few moments where we definitely did it to ourselves, but mostly, like Claire got hit in the face, no call. At one point, Sarah got laid out and laid on the ground and threw her hands up in the air and let them fly to the ground, just laying there so exasperated. And I'm like, that's the reaction gif for the agent. What else do I need to do?
I think Janthony was the one that pointed out that there was like a foul against Sarah. The ref didn't call it, but called the water break. But then after the water break, required her to stay off the field.
Like not even allowed a full hydration break. Like both teams said, oh, okay, go to the sidelines. Like 14 seconds later, like you don't even have time to get the water to your mouth. Toot, and starts calling everybody back to the pitch. Keeps Sarah off. And it's like, what are you doing?
She didn't even get the medics didn't get on there.
She didn't get over to the bench yet. Yeah. This man.
Honestly,
we have had a lot to say about pro refs in the duration of our show, and they really need to get their shit together at this point, because that's embarrassing. There are referees who I know personally who have their whole entire ass off to get to this level, to get certified to referee in FIFA matches, to travel internationally to call this game for the love of the game, who do a damn good job, and to have garbage ass refs who don't know what they're doing out there instead. What is this? The players deserve so much.
And then, so the last quote that I'm going to end before we go on another curse-filled rant is rightfully Cameronia giving us picking out the nice little gem there from Becky Tweed. When asked about the refs, no comment. You're trying to get me in trouble.
Yeah, that is honestly like the most accurate response and only response. Like, no, I'm not buying.
I saw online and stuff like that. People were saying like, yeah, the pro refs don't like actually coming, or they're afraid of coming to BMO. And look,
then do
if
your
you
job
can't
better.
handle the stadium, right? Each stadium is growing. So yes, you might only have 8,000 fans at one stadium, 5,000 fans at another, and then you get to BMO or you get to Providence Park in Portland or something, and it's like 15,000, 20,000. You still got to do your job.
It was 100 degrees on Friday, and we still had 16,800 people at that game actively involved.
Okay. All right. That's that. But our quick roundabout of the scores that happened everywhere else. And I did not pay that close of attention to see if other games were as shenanigan filled as ours. But I think I was emotionally drained.
I didn't either. It was a very busy weekend.
I was drained by that game and by my traveling that day. It was just like, nah. All right. So we have the Washington Spirit winning 2-1 over Portland. We have Kansas City winning 1-0 over Utah. Bay 1-0 over Racing. Gotham 2-1 over Houston. Red Stars losing to the Orlando Pride 0-1. Again, they are undefeated and it is insane. And they have clinched the playoffs. Now, I posted up saying the NWSL posted up what it would take for them to win to get into the playoffs. If they won straight out, that's it. They're done. They're in. If they didn't win, there was 3 other ways for them to advance. One of them was us tying or losing. And we gave it to them. So right when the weekend started,
like first game of the week,
we gave it to them. And then the Wave lost to North Carolina 4-1. And that brings us up to our game, which you already can hear how frustrated everybody has been, how frustrated we are. But
the players are frustrated.
You were at the game. So tell me, how was the match against Seattle?
Frustrating. I think that's really the only way I can say. Like, we started amazing. We were playing fast and we were playing quick and we were moving the ball up the pitch. Alyssa scored. We're like, oh yeah. And then we started to, like, it looked, no joke, like the second half of the first season or the first half of the second season. We just parked it. And I don't know what happened. I don't know why. We had the room to run. We just weren't. And a player that I talked about last week made me eat all of my words. Kept passing back to DeeDee, who was basically playing up as a center back, and I didn't understand, which meant that she caused a collision. And then Seattle got a penalty, made the penalty, tied it up, like they equalized on that penalty. And then another player I talked about scored in stoppage time, like towards the end of stoppage time. G's goal was beautiful. I'm not going to lie. It was one of those, I looked at Eva and I was like,
that was a
I told you so. I literally talked about this. It was a freaking banger of a goal. And then it was one of those where most keepers wouldn't have been able to save it anyway because they didn't.
She had no
DeeDee
chance.
She didn't have a good view
She had no
of it.
chance on
no.
that.
Like Alyssa Nair probably missed that. Like
that goal, DeeDee had no chance on. And that's not a bad thing, right? I'm saying she had no chance on that one because it was hit so beautifully. It was a banger. And it was set up. It was set up when you see the replay and when you see the replay from behind DeeDee, that there are 2 Angel City players basically blocking her entire view. And G's kick just bends it like Beckham, just all the way. Beautiful curve. Just
it bent so beautifully. And
honestly.
Yeah. And that was the hard part.
Replays, it was so effortless. She stopped the ball, reset it, and went.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boop. That's what the sound effect should have been.
Yeah, that's Yeah, that's honestly the second she got the ball, I was like, shit. And then I looked at Eve and I said, shit. And she goes, yeah. And Vero sits right in front of me and turns around. She goes, that's who you talked about, huh? And I said, yep, that was her. I told you. I friggin' told so. And we all just were cracking up. But so the final score was 3-2. Sid had a goal at the death per usual. Like a beautiful header from MA. Put it in a museum, hang it up in the Louvre. Like just MA Vignola, or so she got the Vingola nickname last season. She's now Mary Assist Vignola. And I'm like, stop it. So if we're really going to do it, is Mary Assist Vingola. And I'm sorry because it's cool, but I hate like it's just MA. But the thing is in between all that, Ziara King scored in the 58th minute to put Seattle, I almost said Chicago, Seattle up 3-1 at that point. And it was just like the most frustrating thing because we came back in the 67th minute and MA had a freaking beautiful goal. BMO erupted. It was overturned because it was quote unquote offside.
Bullshit.
Exactly. Because if they're calling it offside, then it really should have gone back to the foul on Jasmine Spencer that she earned, which would have kept it our ball. There were also multiple times where it should have been our ball and both teams were confused when the ref awarded it to Seattle. When both teams are confused, you're doing a really bad job, just FYI. And then Madison Hammond scored in the 85th minute, but that was overturned by VAR because they called this really dumb foul on Sid, or they awarded the foul because it was one of those where you're just like, whatever. It wasn't a foul that anybody normally would have made. I don't know what was happening. People on Twitter, on Reddit, on Instagram, every platform, our Discord, Slacks of SGs, messaging different people I'm friends with in SG. People were so pissed. Even Seattle fans were like, what the hell was this? Multiple people I saw posting in different forums were like, Angel City should have won this game 4-3. Honestly, no, there should have been different fouls called. The fouls that were called didn't make sense. All kinds of stuff. Yeah. Also, really quick, I forgot to shout this out earlier, but Sunday, Ruby from Mosaic was celebrating her birthday at the game. Her birthday was on Monday, so happy belated birthday, Ruby. Birthday. We were texting, and she's a big friend of the pod. Birthday, so Ruby. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we give Ruby a little shout out. Man, I just want us to stop passing back to DeeDee. I love DeeDee, and I will say this 1,000 times. I love her so much. I think she's a fantastic leader on the team and a fantastic human, but she's not a one-touch keeper. She's not good with her feet. Her footwork is not her specialty. That's how I should word this, because I don't want it to be like, oh, DeeDee sucks, because that's not.
Honestly, she had some amazing saves during this match. There was some really solid
absolutely
saves. But we've said this before.
But
the
it just
isn't there. The passing, the distribution isn't there. The passing. So she's really good here.
Great with her hands.
And she's absolutely had some amazing hockey blocks, where she just does splits. But her body, and her hands are her strong suits when it comes to keeping. Back out has always been a problem. And
this game was incredibly frustrating for that. There was a lot of passes that from where we were sitting, it looked like there was not even a look towards anybody up the pitch. It's like, oh, I have the ball, I have to pass it back to DeeDee. No, you have wingers who are open and ready. You have midfielders who are wide open. There was a
handful of times that,
and I know
when, and I can see the frustration because you see the arms go up, right? Your own players are like, what the fuck? They're wide open. They're wide open. Open up the triangle. Look at me talking tactics. Open up the triangle. Give yourself some more space. Take up the space. Yet, no, I'm not looking this way. I'm looking that way. And I'm going to try to pass it through a bunch of traffic. And then he gets picked up.
Yeah.
And then that's the same danger with passing it back to DeeDee, is that a lot of times they're like they feel like half-ass kicks, like they're half-ass passes, like they're not there's no mustard on the pass,
mustard on the beat.
And then there's a lot
speaking of the Super Bowl,
it's so frustrating, and it makes me want I honestly want Angelina out there. I know she had some rough games at the beginning, but
we also were playing the hardest teams in the league to start off the season.
And everybody played like shit. The entire team played like shit.
Right. You can't. And that's the thing I think people also forget. Your keeper is going to save goals. They're going to allow goals. Because what happens when the ball gets to your keeper, it means your defense collapsed. For whatever reason, sometimes people are just good and fast and get through. It happens. Sometimes it's because of a missed mark, which is what happened with the Sierra King goal. Jan, like the one bad read that I think I've ever seen her have amounted in a goal. And it was frustrating, but it was one of like, damn, yeah, okay, like that's going to happen. It just,
I will say the first goal and the last goal, I think can be put partially on DeeDee. The first goal that resulted in a pen was totally DeeDee coming out a little, hot,
causing
heavy,
a collision outside the box.
A collision. And then that last one, yes, Jazz had a misstep there, but like they totally caught DeeDee off on. She was just on the wrong foot. Like when they crossed it.
Yeah. But even still, when you're on the wrong foot, it just means your weight hasn't, like your body, you can only move your body so fast. That's just biomechanics in general. Like you can shift, but if your momentum hasn't already moved that way, you're still moving 100-some pounds the other direction, and it takes takes a minute. I'm also curious because I've seen this brought up multiple places, and there has been issues with it in the past of teams who are not as ethnically diverse as other teams getting calls in their favor, which in comparison has happened to us the last 2 games.
Okay.
And I don't know if that stands. I would assume given the climate in this country, I would assume there are referees who don't exactly support a lot of the players in the league for a variety of reasons. Race, sexuality, gender, sex, all of it. And it just feels very weird because, I mean, granted, Seattle, I'm going to say something. No, I'm not going to say that because that's really mean. And I try not to like Lynn's feelings involved, but I'd be really curious to look at Trevor's history in foul calls and things like that, because I just don't understand. And I don't know if this is me reaching. I don't know if this is one of those. Give me a reason as to why you were so bad. Someone who sits a couple rows in front of us was like, your mom thinks you're bad at your job. Like Eva said something similar. One little kid in our section was just like, get a new job, ref. You're real bad. I'm like, a 7-year-old. Dang. But yeah, stop being garbage and we'll stop talking about it. Can't be that hard.
On that note, everyone, make sure you're registered to vote.
Honestly.
Not like it's going to matter to this, but life in general.
It'll matter in the bigger scheme of things. Yeah. Check your voter registration, register to vote. We'll post stuff because I'm a big advocate for fair elections, voting, electoral stuff. So if anybody has any questions or needs help, honestly, please reach out. I am more than happy. I have registered in my lifetime probably close to 1,000 people to vote. Throughout college, after college, I will help you break down what's on the ballot, get you resources. I've worked the election day of at local voting places. So please let me know if you have questions, if you don't know what to do. No judgment, no nothing. My DMs are open. both personal and the pocket. Please. It's that important to me, and it always has been. So please.
That's it.
That's all. That's my little like
mini soapbox for today. But
my mini soapbox.
Besides fucking refs. Okay.
This.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm more mad at refs right now than the government. Like this hour and a half that we're recording.
We can live in this space. It's okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we all had feelings. Big ones.
Big one.
Yeah. When I posted it up, it was very much and I hope everybody read it this way. It was very much that was a hard loss. How you feeling?
Yeah.
Buddy?
Yeah. Like a genuine buddy.
Because
for sure.
We probably mentioned this already. We're flying off the seat of our pants here, or whatever the phrase is. This loss feels a little bit more personal. Yeah, it's a little more because of the way it happened. Losses that have happened where we're like, oh, that we should have won. Very much felt, we should have won. We suck right now. Whatever.
Yeah. Like, oh, we don't have anybody who can score because they're all hurt, or like something like that. This was absolutely
But Ethan came through with some haikus, so
he did. Our boy Ethan, thank you. We all joke like this is everybody's favorite part, and I really think it is. So we actually got 2 this week. Initially,
I was going to say the exact same thing. This is the first one that came off the dome right after the game.
Right after the game, still so mad. Ethan said, "City versus refs. Refs officiate sans eyes. Bring back them youth." And honestly, it felt like the city of Los Angeles was gonna fight the refs. Yeah. Like, I thought for a second someone on the pitch was gonna fight the refs. They got booed out of the stadium, which is now like the 3rd or 4th time the entire reffing team has been booed out. This one
was one of the few home games that I've watched from home, but it's the first one that I can remember. Just it was loud. The "Ref You Suck" was like stadium wide.
It was
on the
loud.
broadcast. So
it was like little kids down on the pitch were like, "Ref You Suck." People in the fancy boxes were chanting "Ref You." Like, everybody was in it every single time it started too, which was like 5 or 6 times. I don't know how many were heard on the broadcast, but it was a lot. Like the whole last 2 minutes of the game. But then once Ethan calmed down, collected his thoughts a little bit more, he said, "Revert in lineup, played well despite the stripes." And then we put in parentheses "or neon" because the referees in soccer don't wear stripes, but you know what we mean. And he said, "Gritted till the end," which absolutely, in the words of Sarah Gordon, they are fucking warriors. She got bleeped out.
They should have been a 4-3 match.
Even if we have to lose one of them and we just 3-3 draw, okay. Something. Elise said that she felt very robbed. Shirley said it was very sad. Vero said it was not offside. We should have won 4-1. Guess what, ref? You suck. Mirna said, "I hope the refs at security walking to their cars, and I hope that they lost their jobs." And then she also said the foul on Sid was ridiculous. The DeeDee foul, unfortunately. The Sid call, no. Gabby, "Ref, you suck," is exactly right. Zach said, probably longer, given how many letters were involved in that. But then he said the first 20 was solid, mindful, demure. And then we get a flexing emoji, stop, like a stop sign. Back pass to DeeDee, Sarah, queen, ice cold Alyssa Thompson, rockets, "Ref, you suck," angry face with an expletive emoji. I think I did a pretty good job interpreting those emojis, which I still appreciate very much. I like the challenge.
And Janthony responded to us on the Discord. I don't know if you saw it, but he likes our interpretation of his sun skillet.
Oh, good.
combo.
Yeah. This is your brain on drugs combo.
All right.
That's how hot it was. That's what it felt like.
So Jeff, I love Jeff because Jeff has started the check DMs message. That's all he puts in the actual message and then sends us a DM, which is great because then I remember to go back to the DMs and copy paste. But This is what he wrote. Tough loss in a game that came down to mistakes and game management. Alyssa Thompson is now our premier attacker and almost had goals from Hammond and MA. Watching at home, the announcers explained nicely what the fouls were, and if only the ref came out and said why and explained, the ref you suck chance would have been calmed down, I'm sure, but nothing. League needs better reffing, period. Better structure of how to explain VAR calls to the stands and players. In my opinion, the calls were correct, but just no explanation. Okay, yes.
My head says yes, my heart says no.
But so the thing is that, okay, good call for MA's goal. That was a goal, which means it's reviewable.
Right.
Why that wasn't an actual VAR review is beyond me, because that
they'll
should
never
have gone
know.
back. If anything, if they're going to take that back because of the offside, it should have gone back to the foul on Jasmine, which started the play.
Yeah.
And then sure, the foul on Sid, the Sid foul that brought back Hammond's gold, it was very light. It was very weak.
It was so ticky-tack. Yeah.
And for that to be like this big old VAR, like, yeah. But agreed, there needs to be...
Someone wanted to be the main character. Yeah. That's what...
All right. Mistakes that I won't go too deep, but points that need to be worked for future games are playing our cornerbacks too high in the attack, leaving big gaps defensively. Bad habits like stalling our attack by continually backline passing.
Yes.
Sub-timing and personnel like Fuller in for Zellum, Bright in for LaRue, CP for Rocky, and preferably before the 70th minute. And finally, get back to basics defensively. We used to be a hard team to score against. Would love to see some clean sheets. Honestly, the idea of these clean sheets is that DeeDee could only do so much as a wall back there. And like you said, if it's getting to DeeDee, it means there was a little bit of a break. There was a breakdown in that back line.
For whatever reason, but
the fact that the clean sheets aren't there. And I'm reading this.
I'm reading
this having seen the NWSL post recently of the top clean sheets. And there's now there's, I don't know who I wish I had it in front of me, but there's the 6th goalie now that has had 10 plus clean sheets in a season. Just got added onto the list. So I'm like, here it is. Oh, yeah, it is from San Diego. Anna Morehouse is the 6th goalkeeper in NWSL history to notch 10 plus shutouts in a season. The others are Nicole Bernhardt, AD French, Lydia Williams, Nicole Bernhardt again, but with a different team. Yep. And then Casey Murphy. So.
Yeah, and the thing is, Nicole Bernhardt and AD French are national team keepers.
There's a reason.
Ta-da.
Okay.
Honestly.
Right. And then just to finish it off, we've got a few more. Benjamin, proud of those gritty final 12 minutes. Teresa, just ref sucked. Erin, Alyssa Fuller golden boot race at the pace she's going. I don't know if she's going to.
For Angel City, golden boot. Yes.
Angel City golden boot, yes. I don't know if she's going to catch up to Temwa Chewinga.
I don't even know if Barbara Bonda is right now.
I think Chewinga has.
Like, Chewinga's on a different now,
level. Right? 15.
15.
Jeez. Okay.
15. Insane.
Okay. And so Alma just had the expletive face emoji, and Michelle being coming in nice and last before we probably expired. So that's where we're at. So
big.
Not to dwell on this a lot longer, we'll check in with the standings. Still in 9th place, but we're at 21 points. We're just outside of the playoff line. The refs were, if the refs weren't shit at their jobs, we would have totally leapfrogged over Chicago with them losing to Orlando. and it would have
Yeah.
been a huge advantage for us. But now that's gone. And so now we're going to definitely be in a every single point counts moment. So sorry to be cliche, but that's what it is. We've only got one more team that we haven't seen at all, and that's Portland. We haven't played Portland.
Which is stupid. This schedule is so irritating.
We haven't played Portland yet. And technically, Seattle, we haven't played them yet. This was the first match.
This is our first matchup against Seattle.
Again. We've got Racing, Portland, the Spirit, Seattle again, North Carolina, Utah, and then Portland to finish off the season. So both Portland matches are going to be huge for us if we can win both of those, because that's just 6 points that we can keep jumping.
Yeah, if we can win both of those, that would be even a draw. Honestly, win one, tie another one.
Yeah,
that's fine. We need all the points we can get. Ideally, we win by multiple.
Only
because we need to make up goal differential.
True. Only Racing and Utah are below us in the standings, which beating them is good for our points. Doesn't necessarily help us catch up to anybody above, but that means that
it's good for points and differential.
And that means that all the other matches are that important, right? They're all teams that are above us. It doesn't mean that by beating a team, we're going to leapfrog them. It just means that we close that gap quicker. That's where we're at. And now to what we started the podcast as intending to be, and then we give you all this extra content, the preview of the match versus Racing Louisville.
We were so young and innocent last season. Tried to be so efficient.
Don't worry, these episodes are only going to be 20 minutes long.
Yeah, 20 to 30 minutes max. We just knock out the info, quick and dirty, no big deal. 2 hours later, but Racing Louisville in Louisville, which is an interesting stadium to play in. They have a fantastic fan base. They have, I don't know if they still have a light show. It's been a thing of contention the last couple seasons, so I'm not sure. But Louisville's been playing really well. They've been on the come up with the trade deadline and the international window and all the things that have been happening. They have made big moves. We mentioned it in the last episode because we didn't talk about Bethany Balcer then, because we are talking about her this week. She's fantastic. If you've watched any NWSL game with Seattle, you have noticed her in her headband and her blonde ponytail. The headband, one of the concussion reduction headbands, so it has a good reason. It's not just a bandana. That's no shade on, oh shoot, what player is that? She's on Chicago, but she has a pink bandana, super thick, that she wears, and it's M. Woods' favorite player. Dang it, I don't remember. Go back to that first Chicago episode with M. She'll talk about her. But Bethany Balcer is fantastic. Just fun to watch. She was an NAIA player, kind of snuck in under the radar. She didn't go to an NCAA school. Was just like a difference maker enough to get noticed and get, I don't know if she was drafted or if she was just playing overseas and then came up. I don't remember. But they also traded for Janine Becky, which is big time. Canadian player who tore her ACL before the World Cup when 9,000 players tore their ACL. But they've made a lot of roster moves in the last couple of weeks. So I'm really curious how they're going to show up. Not to say that they won't, but I'm more like, I don't know. They've won here. They've lost there. End of a toss-up. Similar to the way I said with Seattle. I don't know. This isn't one of like easy wins or like, oh shit, we're going to get rocked in this game and we'll see what happens. But this one is like, I think this is going to be a really even matchup and we have to ball out, basically. That's Racing. Pretty much. And then for us, we have Maggie Doherty Howard and Rocky Rodriguez, who I think played their asses off this last game in the midfield. Our midfield held it down very well against a very tough midfield this last game. Rocky is a Costa Rican superstar I would say. National team player, is like the face of Central American soccer. I think for a lot of people, even if you aren't Costa Rican, is Costa Rica considered Central America?
Yeah.
I did a whole report on Costa Rica in like 7th or 8th grade. Why don't I remember
like
nothing?
Dead center.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Yeah, I said it and I was like, oh my God, they're right in the middle.
They're dead
like,
center
oh,
and they touch
shit.
both coasts.
My apologies. Yep. I promise I'm smart.
I have a master's.
Yeah, it's in sports psychology, not geography. I promise you that I know where Costa Rica is. My brain like put in that it was Puerto Rico or like in the Caribbean. And I was like, that's wrong.
That it was an island?
But that's what that. Yeah. And I'm like, that's not right. It's connected. Anyway, Megan Doherty Howard, who we acquired from San Diego and has been fantastic. She's a veteran midfielder and it's great to see. I really think the way we lined up against Seattle in the midfield was great with these two and Katie Zellum. You got good veteran midfielders who were up to the task of shutting down big scorers and big momentum creators. And I think if we show up like that again on Saturday night, then I think we'll be okay. I really think so. I think our midfield is like finally coming together. I think Katie was a really great acquisition. I think I'm going to talk about a couple more players because we've got Claire Emsley, who has gotten quiet goal scoring wise, but it's not because she hasn't been open. She's been really good at stirring the pot a little bit and pulling the defenders. She's the one where
I see the arms
but I'm like,
a lot in frustration. Guys, I'm right here.
Like, I'm right here. And it doesn't help that she's doing that 50 feet from our seat, just right there in front of both of us all the time. And I'm just like, Claire, I see the way we see Alyssa or Jasmine Spencer being wide open on the other side of the pitch. We see, hello, I'm here. But I think if we can start getting Claire connecting as well, so then we have Alyssa, Messiah, Claire, MA, Sid, like we've got a huge attack. We just have to play into it. We have to use it. You know, our defenders can score. Our midfielders can score. Our forwards obviously can score. But I really think if we consistently start Claire scoring again, I think it's going to widen our attack and make it a more broad, like even across the board, holy shit, who do we guard attack, which is what I would love. And then last but not least, I just want to mention Sid LaRue real quick. She was a fantastic sub against, who did we play 2 games ago?
San Diego.
San Diego. Yes. She was a fantastic sub against San Diego. Was that San Diego? Hold on. The Labor Day game. No, Chicago. Oh my gosh. She was a fantastic sub against Chicago. Scored in that game. She played the full game this weekend or on Friday. Again, the MA to Sid connection can't be beat. Cannot be beat. And I love it. Sid and Allie's variety show, if you will, on Instagram, BFFR, B for F and Real, is amazing. Rue, Sid's daughter, is my most coveted autograph, honestly, at this point. I want to trade BFFR for Casual FC stickers so bad, but I'm never down close to the pitch enough to warrant that. So if anybody listening, anybody in the supporter groups who's down there and wants to hook us up, I love.
Let's get Sid and Sarah some "Don't Piss Off the Moms" stickers.
Yeah, we need to get them a care package, like legit though. We need to do that. But no, Rue signing autographs and being like her own little mini celebrity, just like raising an eyebrow and is my favorite. I love the veterans on our team in general. They're such great leaders, such good teachers as well. Like they lead the team, but they also teach these younger kids like how to function in the league, how to manage your time, how to save your money. They're such good stewards of how to be an athlete, how to handle yourself, because it's hard. Like this isn't something you learn how to do. You just do it and figure it out. and then
it's just
kind of go from
slightly
there.
easier if you have a little bit of help as you're learning.
Just a wee bit. Yeah. And so many of the vets on our team were part of those who pushed for equal pay, pushed for access, pushed for safety measures, HR. We have such prolific women in our locker room. But with that said, we have to get back to racing because this matchup, I don't know what to think about it. It's just going to be a matchup. And I'm at the point where I'm like, come what may. As Sarah Gordon said, we're a second half team. Like, we're a second half of the season team. This is when we light up. And I'm just trying to lean really hard into that and be like, we're going to do this. We're going to be.
Yes. No, honestly, I honestly do in my heart of hearts believe that this would have been undetweeted number 3.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that ref.
Full
on. I think we have this match. They're, like you said, they're really. We're really close. As if you're looking at standings wise, they're only 2 spots below us, but they're at 19 points. So it's like,
right.
We need that separation. It would be a big win for them. It'll be a big win for us. Going for a draw would be. It is what it is, but honestly, you need it.
Right.
This one's go big, right? Because you need to get that separation from the teams under you.
Yeah. You need that separation. And I really think we're going to be coming into this game with a bigger than anticipated chip on our shoulder because those girls knew they won the game. That's the thing. It's like one of those, this was taken from us. We didn't play poorly. We didn't we didn't throw this game away through little dumb errors or like weird little mistakes. We heard Alyssa hit the pitch from our seats. Like, where we sit. We heard the thud when she hit the ground at one point. We're like, and no call? Okay, sure, Jan. But between Louisville and Angel City, historically, it's been very even. We've got 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. Let's make it 3-2-1. Not 2s across the board. Not 2-3-1. I want 3-2-1. 3 wins after this weekend. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right. That's what we've got for today.
Yep.
That's it.
Bye.
So a reminder of where to watch the next match. It's Saturday, September 14th. We are traveling to Kentucky to face Racing Louisville at Lynn Family Stadium in Louisville, Kentucky. It's going to be at 4:30 p.m. here in beautiful sunny LA. It's going to be not as hot as it was this weekend.
Hallelujah. It's already so much cooler. I hope everybody's taking a nice deep breath, going outside, maybe even standing in the sun without melting.
Just for a little bit. And it's going to be streaming on ionTV, and it's going to be on the radio with Isaac and Tracy on iHeart Radio. And if you want to go to the official watch party, it's going to be at Galagetza on Olympic Boulevard. It's family friendly. They usually have giveaways. They usually have some fun stuff. The street team's usually there. So go hang.
Galagetza also has great food.
Go hang out. And then, like I said, we'll repost any of the SGs that might be having their own watch parties throughout the city. That's the great thing about all of this is that ACFC tries to move their watch party around the city as much as they can. Mm-hmm. But then you've got the SGs filling in kind of that spot everywhere else. There's usually some type of watch party near Orange County for the fans down there. There's
on the east side.
There's sometimes out here in the valley. It's great that it's spread all over. And if you don't have anywhere to watch it and you want to go somewhere fun and cool, go to our buddies at Watch Me and watch it there.
You read my mind. I was
they're going to be there and they're going to be playing that game.
Yeah.
Go hang out.
And there's going to be a ton of Angel City fans there regardless.
So if you're...
Those Long Beach fans, they roll deep.
So with all that being said, if you like what you hear and you're here at this point, then that means you might like what you're hearing. Hit the subscribe button wherever you're listening. Check us out at casualfc.com for any of the pod links. We're also on YouTube on video. You can see our cool shirts for the Becky Tweet experience. We're also going to be on video and /audio on Spotify. So go check us out there too. Follow us on our socials at Casual FC Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok. And the best ways to support the pod, if you want the free 99 version, which we absolutely adore and fully endorse. Share, like, or comment on any one of our social media posts, maybe on a couple of our social media posts, and go to Spotify and go to YouTube and go to Apple and wherever you're listening and write comments and rate us and review us. It helps feed those algorithms and pass it along to other people that might be interested also. Apple knows that we're a soccer podcast, so they might be like, hey, if you want to support us a little bit more, you can always grab some merch that we're wearing at shop.casualfc.com. We have a bunch of stuff there. We're going to be saving the rest of the ideas for next year. We're going to make them good.
We're building
we'll build it out. But
stuff.
We still have some awesome stuff there. And I still need to get my Pride mug from you. So
I know.
Yeah, she has like 5 Pride mugs now, but
one is still in a box with your name on it. I took, just for the record, I took it to the watch party. Completely forgot to give it to you. It was in the car the whole time.
It doesn't help that we parked in completely opposite sides of the parking lot too.
Yep.
All right. And then if you want to help support the pod, but don't feel like buying extra stuff for your home, you can always support us by buying us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/casualfcpod, or check the link in our bio and throw us a couple bucks. 1, 2, 5, whatever you want. It's always much appreciated.
50.
And yeah, it amazes us every single time. Every time we're not the only ones posting on our stories and sharing our thing.
Yeah.
Because when we get pinged when someone does it, that amazes us.
It's
just
the best.
as much as someone giving us money to keep this thing going. So thank you, everyone. Tell a friend about the pod. It brings us good luck. They totally had that good luck. Unfortunately, the ref fucked us over.
He stole it.
And we take that good luck and we send it off to the team. So we'll send it off to Kentucky. And with that, thanks, everyone. Bye.
Have a good weekend. I was like, what am I even saying?
It doesn't have to say, you don't actually have to say anything. It just needs to be a rant.